Welcome back, everybody. My name is BluJay, and we are back at the Reverb Outpost. Now, today is the episode that I would say many of you, I wouldn't presume to say all, but many of you have been waiting for. It is our world tour and download day for Reverb Outpost, and I'm so excited to be able to share with you all of the things that we've been building since episode 1. And since it's getting pretty dark out and these pesky mobs are about to start popping out, let's run on into our starter shelter, and we'll show that off first. But on the way by, check it out. We've got a little bitty snow farm here. It's very compact, very tiny. It's just a snow golem, and you stand here with your shovel and mine the snow under his feet. So that's a pretty good source of snow, and that way we don't have to dig in lines and mess up our terrain and all of that. So here's our snow cave. This is where we started out the series. It's still where we live primarily most of the time, and we're going to go ahead and take a snooze so we can get rid of the darkness here, and we can, do our tour in peace. And wakey, wakey. There we go. So let's take a step back here and take a look at our little starter bedroom. So we've got everything that you could possibly need, from a crafting table to an anvil, which we've been using this anvil since the beginning, and I'm just kind of wondering when it's going to break. We just did an anvil refill station in the last episode, so we should be pretty set on anvils for a while. Got a couple of chests, and in one of these chests, we've got like our comment question of the day, and this thing, blueprints. I've got a series called Blueprints, but it started from kind of this. I haven't updated this. This is awful. The Zombie XP farm was the last time that we did anything with this book. We're going to have to fix that. I'm going to have to play catch up and add all of the projects we've done and want to work on and do that. That was my intention at first. We just never really caught on to it. Okay, so then we've got over here all of our original tools and original armor that we started out with, and our original diamond snow shovel, which, if you know what happened in our first trip, I think it was the first trip to the nether portal over here, we lost everything in the nether. All of our original diamond armor and tools and weapons, all gone. Lost in the nether for good. So we only have one of our original diamond tools, which is okay. We'll still display the ones that we have now and call them our first, since we lost the other ones, but there you go. And then we've got our starter furnace, which we have an auto smelter now, so this isn't going to get much use anymore, but there you go. It's our bedroom, and we've got both of our dogs here just hanging out. We'll take them on adventures with us. Then on down here, we've got the rest of the snow cave. We've got our farm, which we've been making pretty good use of. As you can see, the plants are all regrowing right now. We've got some wheat in here and some potatoes and one pumpkin in case our snow golem disappears or gets attacked by zombies or something. So we're going to make a bigger farm in the future, but this is the farm that we have for now, and it's done okay for us. I'm actually running out of potatoes pretty quick these days, so we may need to work on a larger farm sometime in the near future. Then on over here, we'll jump on down. This is our drop chute to our branch mine, which we have done quite a bit of branch mining, as you can see. Most all of these are used up. Actually, all of them are used up, so we're going to have to expand further down. In Season 1 of my Let's Play, about probably 3 or 4 more rows that way, and then what I did was, so I didn't have to run so far away from the ladder, I just kind of made one behind the ladder, so we may do an alternate branch mine sometime down the road as this thing keeps getting larger and larger, or we may just dig a whole new mine and go in a different direction altogether at some point that might be able to be accessible from inside our main base, which we'll get to here in a few minutes. And we'll hop on back up here up top and take a look at the last few parts of our starter cave. And over here, we've got our starter storage area, which is nicely organized. And when I say nicely organized, I mean, yeah, there's a couple of chests that have random things thrown in it that were not intended to be in there. But for the most part, if you look, that's got cobblestone. And yep, that's got diamonds, and yep, that's got iron. We've stayed mostly organized. There's just a few chests that are a little disorganized. So that's our storage room. We intend to build a much larger one with an auto sorting system in the main base, but this is what we have for the time being, and quite honestly, it's done pretty well for us. Some of this stuff is filling up pretty quickly, like this chest is almost completely full. So some things will need more storage for down the road, but that's that's done pretty nicely for now. And then on in here, we've got our enchanting area that looks like it's been completely encapsulated by ice, and it's just kind of like an enchanted area. I really enjoy this. And we'll probably build another enchanting area, much larger, much more dedicated to enchanting in our main base, with maybe some storage for lapis and books, and maybe like bookshelves and libraries, and just make it look a little bit larger. So that's our starter house, starter snow cave. Really pretty happy with how that turned out. I'm really proud of the aesthetics and the functionality. It's pretty much complete. I don't know that we'll do anything else in here, but I hesitate to say that it's completely done. We may do something else in the future, but for now, that's all we're going to do with the snow cave. And then before we hop into our main base over here, the next thing that I want to show you, besides that little sad, pathetic cow farm there, we got to get something better than that and get it out of the way, because it's pretty ugly. And it's going to, once we get this looking nice, it's going to be an eyesore for the front part of our base. But we'll hop on down into here in case you download this world and want to know where the zombie farm is. It's right through that wall there. That's where the spawner is. But on down this little staircase here is the actual XP farm. And there you go. We got zombies waiting on us so we can gather some XP and do all the things that we need to do down here. This is by no means a completed build, and you're going to see a lot of that today. The only thing that is like aesthetically and functionally complete, at least for the moment, is the snow cave. Everything else either is functional or is not functional but has design to it. So we need to work on completing some builds after this world tour, because there are some things that need improvement, because this is pretty awful as far as I'm concerned. It looks awful. It works great. We can get XP from here, but it is terrible to look at. And then up here, we've got just like a little access point that we can go over here and see the lava and make sure that little guys like that, little baby zombies, that was perfectly timed, do not get up into our system. And I'm sure once an adult zombie comes by here in just a moment, he's going to get pushed down into that lava. At least I hope so. At least I hope that's not clogging the system. Oh, there he goes. Goodbye. Adios. All right, so there we go. Our zombie farm is functional. Doesn't look great. We'll fix that in the future. We'll get like an auto-sorting storage system for that as well, to sort out zombie flesh from armor and any other things that might get dropped in there, because we want to have, some sorted storage, but we also want to be able to not just like discard all of the armor and stuff, because we could use those for smelting down into the little nuggets and eventually get some ingots, which I guess that's not really that important for iron, because we have an iron farm over that direction. It's not that important for that. Maybe if we get like gold armor or something, we could use that to gather some more gold, because that's kind of hard to find. But anyway, that's besides the point. This is our main entrance. If you don't know anything about Reverb Outpost, if this is the first episode that you've seen, I've based this off of Echo Base from Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, which it's very fitting because today is Thursday as of the time that this video is being released, and tomorrow, actually technically tonight, but tomorrow is the official premiere of Star Wars The Last Jedi, which I am so excited about. I've already pre-ordered my ticket. I've had it for a couple weeks. I'm going to go see it Friday around 7:30 p.m., which is super exciting. I cannot wait. It's the most anticipated movie of the year for me, in my opinion. I'm very excited. But anyway, this is based off of that. So you might recognize this door from Echo Base in The Empire Strikes Back. It's that most dramatic scene at the very beginning where Luke Skywalker is stuck out in the snow way over there somewhere. We're pretending like that snow cave is where he was living. But so he's stuck out in the snow somewhere, and those doors close, and R2-D2 and C-3PO are standing there like, oh no, he's not here. What's the odds of being able to find him? And they're just really sad, and there's dramatic music and all of that. So we step on in here, and this is the Hangar Bay. And again, like I said, far from complete. There is so much that we need to do with this room that we have yet to do. There's aesthetic stuff that we want to do in here. There might be some functional things that we might add, like the auto smelter, which we'll take a look at here in just a moment. But we've got some windows up there. We're going to add like a bunch of snow and icicles and things to make this look like it was dug out of the mountain. And then eventually, let's pop on back out here so you can take a look. We've just got like a little facade here. This is not by any means permanent, but we're going to build this mountain out over the top of this to where it looks like it's part of the mountain and not just a big square blob sticking out in the middle of a nice looking terrain. So we're going to do a lot of terraforming with this over time. Some of it we might do on camera, some of it we might do off camera, and some of it might be done in a time lapse just so you can see the progress. But for now, it's just a square box. That's all we've got. So let's run on back in here and take a look at our auto smelter, which you may have seen in a previous episode and in an episode of Blueprints. It's adapted from Mumbo Jumbo's design. Very cool hopper system that won't deactivate. It won't stall the minecarts because there are no minecarts. That's the problem with minecart auto smelters, which I had one in Season 1. It worked great. I loved it. But if I left it on and I went away from it and it unloaded the chunk, sometimes the minecarts would get stuck on the tracks and I'd have to go break it and, reset the system, and it was just frustrating. This requires no reset at all. All you do is you drop your smeltable items in this chest here, and then it goes down the line and drops in and activates all the furnaces at once, and then you go over here and you load in your coal, and then as you can see back here, check this out. I've got so much coal waiting in the hoppers, we are never going to run out of coal. We've got 64 stacks in the furnaces themselves, and then, or not 64 stacks, 64 pieces of coal, and then 4 full stacks of coal waiting in the hopper behind it. We're going to have coal for quite a while, and I continually add coal to this as we go mining and gathering coal because I just don't want to throw it in a chest and let it sit there. I keep 1 stack for myself to make 4 stacks of torches, and then I throw the rest of the coal in there, and it just refills the system. So we've got coal for ages and ages to come. Then over here, we've got our 2 different sections, 2 different wings of the base that we've built so far. We'll probably have some more wings going out that direction, eventually. Not sure when that's going to be or what that's going to be just yet, but and then I haven't decided if I'm going to break this wall out and have these 2 wings connect behind the wall or if I want them to be separate. So I'm still thinking that through. On this way, this is what we worked on in the last episode. In here, again, haven't done anything visually with it yet. It looks pretty ugly still, but we did an iron farm a couple episodes ago, and then we did this anvil refill station in the last episode. And in case you're wondering how to get to the drop point for the iron farm and to gather up the iron, it's just down this little staircase right now. This is a temporary staircase. We're going to make a room out of this at some point. Awesome. Still working great. Getting lots of iron, which is nice. We're going to make a room out of this at some point. I don't know what the room is actually going to be, but we're going to do something down there to make it look nice and have, an access point for our iron. But that's a temporary staircase to get there for now. Again, this is the anvil refill station. If you don't know what this is, check out last episode. Basically, once this anvil breaks, we don't want to have to run and grab more iron and craft a new anvil. That's just annoying, and we're here to fix our tools, not to fix anvils. So if this breaks, we've got a couple more waiting up in the system up here. All you do is push this button, and then it drops another one in place. Simple as that. And the next place that we are going to take a look at is the opposite wing of our main base area. Down on into here. This is the subscriber and Patreon wing, at least for now. We may expand out this way and add some more stuff back here, but this is where the subscriber of the day goes, which reminds me, we may need to add another one in this episode. And you know what? I don't think we're going to do that. Because this is a world tour and this is complete, and I'm going to have to do some expansion. I don't have time to do any building on this particular episode because I'm running behind. I'm actually doing this pretty late. So we're going to do, again, I know we did it last episode. We did 2 subscribers of the day in one episode. We're going to save subscriber of the day for the next episode and do 2 in episode 16. So count on that. 2 subscribers are being added to the barracks. But for now, we've got Slime Boy and we've got Master TMO, and then we've got Jake Jakerson, and we've got It's Me Flex YZ. And then on here, we've got our Patreon armory for the patrons who have supported this channel financially. And basically the lore behind this room is that these guys are the... Why is that wall blacked out like that? That is so strange. I'm sorry for pausing my commentary, but look at that. That is not supposed to be like that. That was a weird lighting glitch. But the lore behind this area is that these are like the Rebel Alliance Defender armory people. So this is where their armor is stored. They will fight off the Empire and protect the Reverb Outpost from enemy invasion. All right, so the last thing that I want to look at, and I got to be careful here because I'm hiding from a creeper that was following me up that hill. This is the main base over here. Oh, there he is. He doesn't see me, does he? Nope, I don't think so. That's the main base. That's the Reverb Outpost right there, up over this hill right here. This is where we are keeping our charged creeper, and we're going to keep him there for the time being. Still trying to decide what I'm going to do with him, whether I'm going to keep him or whether I'm going to get some mob heads. Leave in the comment section below what you think would be a cool idea to do with him. Haven't decided yet, but I'm open to suggestions on whether we want to keep him or use him to get mob heads. And then on through this cave, back over here. This is the... Wow, if I can get through there. There we go. Break the snow. On back here in this ice spikes area, this is our iron farm, and you already saw the villagers from one of the pods. There are 4 pods, 1 on each side. You already saw that, and this is basically just the exterior. We're going to do something with this eventually, if I can speak. We're going to do something with this eventually to... Ooh, don't do that. Don't fall in. We don't want to fall in the lava down there. We'll do something with this eventually to make it look a little bit better, but we're just going to keep it exposed out in the open for now. Eventually, maybe... Well, I don't think we can completely cover it up because these doors have to be exposed to the sky in order for it to be activated as a village, but we'll do something with that eventually. So let's climb on up here, and I'll show you one last thing. I think this is everything, to be honest. Not too exciting. This is basically just the temporary access point for our anvil refill station. Just drop the anvils in this little hole, and they're ready to go, and they fill the system. So, again, we'll cover that back up and eventually have, like, a more professional actual access point to get up there. Maybe make it a room of some sort. Maybe a behind-the-scenes kind of thing. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do with that yet, but we will do something with this other than just leave a hole in the ground and, you know, make it look ugly like that. Maybe what we could do is we could build this ice spike out and have like a door on the ice spike, and maybe that's our access point, or maybe we'll do something more creative with it. I'm not sure. So leave some suggestions on what you think I should do with that. And I think that's pretty much going to wrap up our tour. I don't think there's anything else to show. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. If I am, leave it in the comment section and say, hey, you forgot this, doofus. You should show this on the next episode. But I think that's pretty much it for our tour. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time that I've got for today. I hope you enjoyed the little bitty tour that we have for the Reverb Outpost. If you're just jumping into this series, this is a great point to jump in because you don't necessarily have to go back and rewatch the first 14 episodes of building. You can see everything that we've done to this point and jump in right here. If you want to go back, I would absolutely appreciate that. It's definitely a fun series. I would encourage you to watch it if you have the time, but this is a great starting point from this point forward because we're going to be doing more work and doing more builds and more exciting stuff in the future of this series. There'll be a link in the description below on how you can download this actual world and you can load it onto your device. It should be on MCPE DL as long as everything goes according to plan this week. But be sure to check that out. There'll be a link in the description regardless of where it's going to be posted to. But be sure to download the world, explore it for yourself, play around with it. If you want to add anything to it or change anything, I would love to see over on Twitter some of your, ideas for this world, and maybe we'll try to use some of them in the future. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I hope you enjoy this series so far and are looking forward to the future of Reverb Outpost. But for now, my name is BluJay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.